We will complete Unit 2, Force and Motion, Lesson 2, Accompanied Forces with Motion. In this lesson, we will study three types of forces: inertia and friction, and forces inside living organisms. We will start with the inertia. What is the inertia? In these activities, we will show the inertia as it the property of an object has to resist, it must resist the change of the face from rest to motion with a regular speed in a straight line, unless an external force acting on it. Okay, we have examples of the inertia in our lives. The passengers and the driver in moving bus rushed forward when the bus stopped suddenly. So, when the bus stopped suddenly, when the moved bus stopped suddenly, the passengers and the driver rushed forward. Again, when the bus stopped suddenly, the passengers and the driver rushed forward. Why? Because the car, when it stopped suddenly, the passenger and the driver tried to maintaining or resist the state of stopped and maintaining their state of the motion. Again, the drivers and the passengers try to maintain their state of motion when the bus stopped suddenly. Okay. The second example, when the static bus, start to move forward, the passengers and the driver will, very good, rushed back. So, when the static bus move forward, the passenger rushed back in the opposite way. Why? Because the passengers and the driver try to maintain their state of rest, so they force to back forward or rushed forward. Okay, the third example for the football player rushed forward and fall on the ground if he is trapped during running. Why? Because the player during its running, he tries to maintaining his state of motion forward. So he tripped and fall down. One more time. When the bus stopped suddenly, the passengers and the driver rushed forward. To maintain the state of motion, they rushed forward. And the second example, when the static bus start to move forward, the passengers and the driver rushed backward. Why? To maintain their state of rest. The third example, about the football player rushed forward and fall on the ground because he maintained the state of motion. Okay. The final example for the seatbelt. The seatbelt that used in the cars and the planes to force the passengers to maintain their state. So, when a sudden change in motion occurs, that means the seatbelt keep the work on stopping the forces. It avoid the forces in inertia to be not injured or hurt. So, to save the passengers and keep it safe, it must use the seatbelts to stop the forces of inertia. To stop the forces of inertia. Second, we have the friction. And we all know the friction as it's the resistant force or against the motion. So, when an object moves through air or water, it faces frictional or resistance force which try to prevent its motion or decrease the movement of the object. Again, what is the friction? The friction is the resistance or the force that against the motion. Against the motion. It could be make the movement stop or slow down. So, when the object moves through the air or the water, it faces a frictional or the resistant force that try to affect on the movement by the decrease or to stop it. Okay, we have benefits, of course, of the friction. The friction prevent the slipping of the movement object and help in stopping and starting of the movement of the car and controlling the direction of the cars, and also helps in the burning of matches. So the benefits of the friction prevent slipping and helps in the stopping or starting or controlling the direction of the cars and helping in the burning of the matches. What about the harms of the friction? The friction